Alright, today we're going to do a video, just a basic tune-up type of video on replacing the spark plugs on the 97 Honda Civic that we have here. It's an HX, so it takes a particular spark plug that's different from the other Civics. So if you happen to have one of these, make sure you get the right plugs. Because, well, I think it would be safe to say we always recommend using the original plugs. Alright, if hopefully you have your original hood on the vehicle and you have this label, or if the hood was replaced, they're supposed to change this or replace this label. It has your tune-up information on it. It tells you valve lash for adjusting your valves, idle speed adjustment, timing, and then it also tells you which spark plugs, at least on a Honda anyways, it tells you the actual spark plug number. And you can see there's an option. This is a NGK and ND is Nippon Denso. So there's two different OEM plugs that they use. It seems that I've had an easier time finding the NGKs, and I've had good luck with those. So as you can see, the ZFR4F-11 is the original NGK for this vehicle. I think on the other Hondas, the 4 will be a 5, which is a different heat range, so that's where the difference is. And also, parts stores are probably likely to go by that number, 4043 for the NGKs, which will make it easier to find them. So all we got to do is remove our spark plug wires right here on the valve cover. They might stick a little, but hopefully not too bad. Got to be careful. Sometimes you might run into the problem that the connector inside will actually break off on the spark plug. Cross your fingers and hope that doesn't happen. When I put it back together, I'll show a way that might help avoid that problem too. Alright, so we're just pulling them all out. There are some fancy spark plug pulling pliers you can buy too, but if you have the original wires, they have like these little ridges or whatever you want to call that. It makes it easier to pull it off. Okay, so now we got our spark plug exposed, and let's see, we got to get our tool. Alright, so we got our spark plug socket here. It's a 5/8, and using an extension so we can get down into the tubes there. And just using my 3/8 ratchet to get these spark plugs out. If you have a little electric tool, that would also help a lot, so you don't have to crank this thing by hand. But we'll just do it the old-fashioned way for the video. There we go. When we compare these to the new ones, you can see that the electrode is worn. These are recommended, I believe, to change every 30,000 miles on the Honda Civic, the D-Series motor here, but I think I only put about 20,000 on these because I noticed that the car runs a lot better with fresh plugs. This VTEC E engine is kind of a picky engine. It likes everything to be tuned up nicely in order for it to run smooth. And when we look at them, they all look close to the same. That one's a little lighter than the rest, but I think the motor's pretty healthy on this one. So let's get out our new spark plugs. A couple of things we're going to be using to help out with, to avoid future problems, is an anti-seize compound. This has different uses. As you can see, it says brake lube because it also helps avoid squeaks with brakes, but in this case we're going to use it to avoid the spark plug seizing up in the threads, because we definitely don't want to damage our cylinder head down the road. And then the other thing we're going to use is the silicone paste to put it around the electrical connection, the actual electrical connection right there, where the spark plug, the wire will connect, so we don't want corrosion there either. So we're going to take our spark plug. This stuff can be a little messy, but it's definitely worth using it. Alright, so let's put a dab of the paste around the tip there. Probably shouldn't be getting brake lube on there. Wipe that off. Alright, so then we'll just ease it down in there. Alright, I think on this one, book says it's supposed to be about 14 foot-pounds. Don't want to go crazy on it, because definitely don't want to damage the threads inside the head, because then you'll be pulling the head or doing some kind of crazy spark plug thread repair, which is messy. Alright, so we're just going to repeat this on all 4 spark plugs, and we're almost done. Oh, also should mention that these spark plugs, being specific to this application and being the original spark plugs, are also, they happen to be pre-gapped, so you don't have to mess with gapping the spark plug. If you get some other random Champions or Autolites or something that I would never use, those things have to be gapped, and so then you have to do more work when these NGKs can be had at the parts store for like $3-4 each, and they're gonna work much better for your ignition system than some other aftermarket brand. There we go. All right. So I lubed the end over the on the spark plug on the tip of it. Sometimes people lube inside here for good measure. You can just put a little silicone paste in there too. Snap it into place. I got brake lube everywhere. All right. Oh, where is my paper towel or rag? All right. Oh, and as you can see, the nice thing about using all this original stuff is that everything fits great the first time. These are the original Honda spark plug wires, made by Sumitomo. Alright, so that's it. Spark plugs are done.